All right, today we're going to learn about an artist named Alberto Giacometti. We're going to learn about the sculptures he created and how he showed movement. Now, a sculpture is something that's three-dimensional. It has a height, it has a width, and it has a depth. You can view a sculpture on all the different angles. You can walk around it, you can look at it from above and see so many different parts of it. Giacometti was able to create a figure with sculptures, and a figure is like of a person, and he showed movement by the way he placed his legs and arms in the artwork. Meet Swiss-born artist Alberto Giacometti. He was a sculptor, and he created many sculptures of figures using plaster and bronze. We're going to take a look at a few of his pieces. Our first sculpture is of Le Chien. This is a dog in French. And looking at this sculpture, you can see that this dog is very thin and skinny. And knowing what you know about dogs, what might you say with the way his head is positioned and his tail? It almost looks like he's dragging his legs. He doesn't seem to be a very happy dog. Our next one is a sculpture of a cat. This one is similar to the first one because he is also skinny. And it does look like he's walking, but he seems a little bit happier with his head positioned up high and his tail going straight across. Next one's called Man Walking. You can see that there's a similarity in his style with the thin figures. You can tell that this man's walking by the way his feet are positioned, one in front of the other. This figure's falling. You can see that the arms are out like he's about to try to catch himself, his legs are slightly bent, and he's on his tippy toes. Giacometti loved to show movement with his pieces. All right, we're going to create a sculpture of a figure in the style of Giacometti. We are going to use this as a reference sheet for where we're going to tear our tin foil. Large sheet of tin foil. This is probably about 16 inches long. You're going to need a little piece of cardboard for the base and some Scotch tape. All right, we're going to start with the top part. So move your tin foil. We are going to put our hand in the center of our foil, touching the table a little bit and on the foil. Then very carefully, I'm going to tear my foil. This is going to form the head and the one arm. Now I'll move over, tear, and here's my second arm. So I have one arm, a head, and another arm. I'm going to scooch this up, and this is the legs. So we have just one in the center. Take your hand in the center. Oops. And it's okay if you mess up or yours starts going like that. Just start over in the center. And when we form it together, it'll all work out. Now that we have that, we're going to start crunching this up in the center, forming the torso. When you do this, make sure your arms and head do not get lost in your crunching. I always go pretty slowly with light crunching or crumpling. And then I can once I have the basic form, I can start thinking about how Now that we have our figure, we'll take our tape, our base plate, and I want you to think about how you want to position your person. If they're going to be standing on their feet, bend their legs and make feet. If they're going to be doing handstands, you can make some hands. I'm going to make it look like my person is walking. One foot will be in the back. The other foot would be up. Like so. There is your Giacometti sculpture. I want to try this again, but this time make yourself a dog or a cat. This is how we'll do it. We'll do 2 cuts up here and 2 down here. The middle one will be the tail. So same steps. Put your hand on the tin foil and the paper. Tear, tear, slide it up. Tear, tear, and then start cinching your foil in so you don't lose your legs and your tail. And how will you show movement with this dog or cat? Will you have one side of the legs up, the other side back? Is he have a hunched cat back? There's a lot of options. You can even attach this to your first sculpture.